One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Dave Scott, lost in space, the other side of midnight.
Danger, Walter Sterling, danger.
Listen, Dave is a known Canadian. Oh, my friend, you just unplugged my clock. Oh, okay. I have many other clocks. We're fine. And Dave Scott is a known Canadian. He's an expert on government UFO reveals. He is in the advanced course on Bigfoot, extraterrestrials, time travelers, interdimensional beings, and he's also been abducted by aliens, but he doesn't know how many times.
That would be me. Sounds like a good weird person that you have on the air tonight.
Yes, Dave Scott has been abducted, but you don't know how many times. Is that right?
No. As far as I know, 8 or 9.
Oh. And did anybody see this happen? Did anybody see you being abducted?
No, it happens at night.
Yeah.
And usually what happens in a lot of situations like that, Walter, is the person who is beside you, let's say your husband, your wife, whoever, maybe your children have crawled into bed with you because kids are known to do that at night.
Yeah.
They don't see or feel anything. It's almost like they are put into like a real dead sleep where they're not knowing what is going on at all. And realistically, a lot of times those who are abducted don't even know they're taken until they wake up in the morning and feel like absolute garbage, or they notice marks on their bodies or scratches on them or whatever it may be. So it really isn't something that a lot of people will actually see with their own eyes, somebody getting scooped up into a UFO.
Now, how is it possible for UFOs to come down and abduct Canadians and the Canadian government to not know about this?
Oh, I think they do know. They just, in the Canadian government, that's actually a really good question, okay, because the Canadian government is very much about the fact that if we don't talk about it, it doesn't happen. And because of the subject, the Canadians being way too passive and passé on subjects like this, they tend to just not even bring it up. We do know that the conversations are going on. I learned about it about 7 years ago when a member of Parliament at the time started following me on X at Spaced Out Radio. And I noticed this. Oh, that's kind of curious. And then one day I got a message from his assistant, because every politician has their assistants that works with them. Yes, many. And in Canada, you get two assistants. And so anyways, the assistant reaches out to me and we start talking. The gentleman's name is Larry McGuire, and he had been following our show, kind of paying attention to what was going on. I said, well, why does he have an interest in this? Well, he just thinks that there's things happening. And that's when the dialogue opened up. And that's when I started to learn that there was a lot more of these conversations happening behind the scenes. In fact, we were the first ones to mention that during the Biden administration and unfortunate Trudeau administration up here that Trudeau was read in at least 2 to 3 times at minimum on the UFO subject because it was starting to heat up in the United States. And
Is that why he went insane and started dating Katy Perry?
What bothers me about that is, number one, it killed my crush on Katy Perry.
Really?
Yeah, it did. It did. Like, I just cannot look at her the same anymore. Because, we all have a celebrity crush, and she was mine. And now it's just tainted and ruined, and,
Mine is Miley Alcock.
I thought it was Sydney Sweeney.
No, I've matured, and I think Miley is more refined.
Okay, this does not look like this is going to end well.
And I think she was screwed in the marketing of that Supergirl movie. I think they marketed it terribly. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's a really good movie that they marketed all wrong.
Possibly. I can tell you I will not see it. I'm not a big superhero movie kind of guy.
Well, I'm not a superhero kind of guy either. I just like good movies. And it sounds like a good story with a great star.
Well, you'd be a good movie and a great star.
Oh, gee, thank you. Oh, gee, I'm so flattered. Now go ahead with your story on Trudeau.
Well, we do know that he was somebody who was read into it in Canada, and eventually it led to conversations between a lot of these UFO dignitaries and the Canadian government. And I would be remiss to say that I privately helped set that up with the contact information, and then I kind of bowed out because I don't have top secret clearance, and as a journalist, nor would I. So I find it very interesting that, we don't talk about it enough. And Representative Eric Burleson recently had put out a tweet that he had a great conversation with a couple of Canadian members of Parliament recently on this subject, because Larry Maguire, in the past election that we had last year, he actually stepped down and retired from his position. But the funny part about it is the riding in which he ran in, Larry did, and for like 12 years he was the member of Parliament. The person who is now in his riding, and I apologize, I don't know his name, was one of the people tagged in that X tweet about talking UFOs and UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, with Burleson. So it looks like this subject may be heating up a little bit up here, but the media up here really doesn't have any sort of how can you put it, interest in this topic. I don't know why. I think they should. I think it's kind of laughable that they don't, but that's where we are.
You mean, Dave Scott, that there isn't one real journalist in all of Canada who's interested in UFOs or abductions?
Well, I think the mainstream media is really weird, because I was interviewed a number of times, Walter, over the last number of years when all of this big stories started coming out about claims of UFOs within the American government, so on and so forth. And not once was I ever asked a question about whether or not Canadian or these incidents were happening in the sky over Canada. Not once. And I found that very, very ironic, because here they were very interested in talking to me about what was happening in the United States, but never once. And even, as people who were being interviewed, sometimes we try to guide the conversation into an area where we could get that news across. And not once did the Canadian media, out of all the times I was interviewed, ever asked me or took the bait on asking whether or not this stuff was happening in Canada.
Do you think that it would risk, in their minds, being taken seriously in general if they actually followed up on that story? Do you think that's the issue?
Our media up here is very much like CNN or Fox News, and which means they're going on the political sphere about opinions and feelings, and and all sorts of garbage that really doesn't belong in news. So I found it very much it's kind of a waste of time, so to speak.
All right, Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio in Canada, does a great show. You can hear them, every one of them, on YouTube, Spaced Out Radio. Are there going to be any more UFO information drops from the U.S. government this week?
That's $1 million question. There is word that there is something coming down potentially on Friday, which would be 3 weeks since the previous drop happened. There's not a lot of talk about it for some reason. Like usually when the first couple of drops happened, the UFO community was all over it like a dirty shirt, like they knew it was happening, they knew it was coming, and we were excited about it. And now that excitement seems to have left. However, there is a little bit of excitement coming out of Washington, D.C., where your favorite politician and mine, Anna Paulina Luna, has come out basically saying that she expects something major in an announcement about this subject and disclosure and potential non-human intelligence and crash retrievals coming within the next few weeks. So whether we're on a delay to see if that topic happened, we don't know. But, I mean, we're right in the middle of UFO week. This was
I just don't think anything's going to come out because nothing has, and the announcement always smells the same. It's this Friday. It's always this Friday.
Well, all I can do is report on what they're saying.
That's true.
Do I sit there and agree with you? I mean, if you're asking my opinion, hell yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't think they could give up that information. I really don't. I don't think it's going to get clearance. I think, we're not going to get what we want to see. But like typically, the politicians keep acting tough on it, and that's where we need to kind of go with it and wait until they fail again.
As I said, I believe the president kept his word. He said, I'm going to release all the information on unidentified flying objects. And he has. Everything that has been presented was unidentified. The identified information, that's not being released.
Well, and that's what we're going to see, how it plays out. And I don't like it any more than you do. I think we're being pulled into some sort of political game and posturing here regarding this subject. This is why I enjoy looking for Bigfoot much, much more.
Well, I think that makes a lot more sense. You're absolutely right. This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. You can hear every one of his shows on YouTube at Spaced Out Radio. He's got a cool website, spacedoutradio.com. Dave Scott, always an honor, always a pleasure. Thank you for being on the other side of midnight.